Hello, it is about 9:30 in the morning and it's supposed to storm, I think in like the next 4 hours. So we're gonna get out here and we're gonna weed and we're gonna see how far we can get before either it storms or I get sunstroke. I got my kneeling mat and some water, and that's a cold brew. So we're gonna see what we can do. Okay, so we're down in the backyard. You can see these are some of the posts that I got for the borders. But let's actually see what we're working with, what we need to clean up. It's been a little while. I'm sure everything needs to be cleaned up. The bugs are a bit outrageous this morning. So here's the asparagus. We pulled some stuff out of it, but it just needs to be completely cleaned up. The berry bed looking much worse than the asparagus bed. Just most of whatever plants are in there are not supposed to be in there. I am so surprised and like pleasantly surprised how these strawberries are coming along. Okay, I planted borage in here, which are these gigantic things like that. I think they need to be culled a little bit because that's too much. That's more than I wanted. I just wanted a little bit of pollinator plants. There, I think. That looks like a ripe blueberry. Oh my god, I'm so excited. Okay. And then go over into the main veggie garden area. I did tie up some of the tomatoes so they aren't just flopping all over. Oh my god, look at those peas. Well, if they look like they just want to put all their energy into going up and not actually producing pods. This bergamot is also out of control. Just try and squeeze on through here. Ground cherries. It's very bright out here because it's east facing and it's morning, but we'll see what we can do. The cauliflower is actually looking really good. Look at this. The tomatoes are starting to come in. I think that needs a little bit more tying back. But you can see that you can't really tell the difference between where the grass is and the garden bed is. Now I did cut back like that tomato there and this tomato here. I don't think it was water. I think it's something else. It could have something to do with this giant black walnut tree that's directly behind us. I don't know. But I haven't done anything different to this spot than in the rest of the garden, so I don't think it's like a pesticide or something. These potatoes are starting to die back. Perhaps I need to harvest them. Okay. And look at that zucchini. Go through here. Look at those tomatillos. These peas I need to look up what type I planted here, because this is outrageous. These are 4-foot trellises. Going over here. Okay. And then we're back at the start. Okay, let's get weeding. It is now 7 o'clock, almost 7:30 in the evening, and I have successfully cleaned up the asparagus bed and the berry bed. Didn't get to the garden bed because it was like in the 90s today, and I thought I was actually gonna get sunstroke. So most of the day was spent inside trying not to die. You can see all the weeds and things that I pulled out. But walk back here to the asparagus bed, and you can actually see asparagus. And there's not just a bunch of other random stuff in there. It's pretty small, but I mean, it's been having to fight against squirrels and everything since I put it in. But it's doing things. I'm more concerned about the root systems. I'm not going to be able to get asparagus from it for another couple years anyway. So the leafy parts aren't my main concern. And in the berry bed, I have the netting stuff pinned back. But you can actually see that there are plants in here other than weeds, instead of just, trust me, there's berry plants in here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then these 3 have stuff growing on them. I thought there was only 2, but apparently there's 3. Maybe the other ones will follow suit. And then these are borage. Along with the weeds, I pulled out any big borage plants, and like any that were like really encroaching on the berries. I also tore out a little bit of the mint just because I know that that's going to spread like crazy, so I want to keep it more contained. But strawberries, you could see the strawberries in the container. That wasn't an issue. It's more the ones on the ground. More borage, more strawberries. These are a couple little marigold plants. I tried planting a ton of marigold seeds, but didn't seem to do a whole lot. And this is my blueberry. You can actually see it. It's a little bit yellow. I think it's just because it's just been so hot. And then 3 little strawberry plants, some more borage in the back. And then my other blueberry plant that has blueberries growing on it. Now this one, like, I want to pick it so bad. It looks ready here, but in real life it still has a little bit of like the purpley red tinge to it, so like another day and it should be good. So I'm going to refrain from pulling those. And then some more strawberry plants at the end. But you can actually see the plants. What a novel concept. And then tomorrow is supposed to be like 60s and cloudy. So I should be able to get out here and work on the vegetable garden. Get that cleaned up so we can actually see what plants are in there. Okay, it is the next day, around 12:30 in the afternoon. I've been out here for a couple hours. I weed-eated and mowed the whole lawn. You can see how much nicer it looks. That pile of trees, we need to cut down anything that's big enough to be used as like a border, because I do want to put a garden bed over there at one point, but everything else is going to go back along the fence because it kind of dips down. I'm trying to fill it in with brush and stuff. And then take a quick look in the garden. Cleared out a lot of the grass in the garden here. I still need to weed the actual beds, but it's a bit easier to see where they are now. And it's nice and cloudy today and really not too hot, maybe mid-70s. So I should be able to get out here and actually weed the garden beds.